Hi guys, and welcome to this week's episode of In the Club presents At the Club. If you haven't done so, please do consider leaving a like on the video, subscribing to the page and dinging that bell for notifications. At the Club is of course brought to you by ClassForKids.
ClassForKids is an industry-leading booking and management software designed for kids' activity clubs. We work with 250,000 monthly users around the world to help them save time on admin and organise their business. If you'd like to learn more, click on the link in the description below.
So on this week's episode, we have Rhiannon, who is the agent and company manager for Anna Fiorentini Theatre and Film School. Rhiannon speaks to us a little bit about the career opportunities that are available through performing arts and also talks to us about the importance of finding the right teaching staff.
My name's Rhiannon and I am the agent and company manager at the Anna Fiorentini Theatre and Film School. It's quite a mouthful, all of that together. So I have worked for the school for almost 16 years, which is a long time. I've now seen some of the children go from like tiny 8-year-olds to grown-ups who it's like unreal to see that journey, which is something really special and part of the reason why I've stayed so long. I recognize it's quite unusual to stay in a job that long. Before I worked for the school, I attended a local drama school like Anna's, where I grew up and did that throughout my childhood and loved it and was always focused that I was going to be a performer. That was always what I wanted to do. And did that for my degree at university. And then you get the reality that like, oh, that's actually quite a hard thing to do, isn't it? Like, that's not just as simple as like, doing that whilst you're a young person. So I then worked for an agent in the West End for a year. And it was sort of like an apprenticeship, I guess. Like that wasn't what it was called, but with hindsight, that's kind of what it feels like. And truthfully, I did that with the hope that she might have taken me on. Like that is the honest truth. I thought, she'll see that this person is this wonderful actor and I'll have to rep her. But actually, it wasn't very long into that journey that I was like, actually, I really like this job and maybe I could be good at this. And so I made a really conscious decision that I did not want to be a performer. And I don't know, I think lots of people have different struggles with that. Like some people, it's a very easy decision. Some people, it's not. And it's not always the right decision for people either. But for me, I feel like it was the right decision. And then after that year, I wrote to people looking for jobs and I wrote to Anna and I basically said, I really feel like you should give me a job. And she wasn't hiring at the time. So that's proof to like write to people. You never know, like they might not be advertising, but they might need someone. And 15 years later, here I am.
You hear it quite a lot, or we hear it quite a lot, that somebody got into a specific industry with the intention of being like a performer or like an athlete in that industry, and then they find some of the times they come to the kind of hard realization, oh, this isn't for me, or I can't reach that level. But for you, you seem to have been like, oh, made the conscious decision that there's something else that you prefer doing, or it kind of came out of left field. And we like to see that in the industry. It's like, I've spoken before about people who go to like acting classes and realize, oh, they prefer the technical side of stuff. They really want to know how the lighting system works, so they go down that route as well. So it keeps them within the industry that they kind of fell in love with, but they get to see it from a kind of different perspective.
Absolutely. I mean, I get to work with and speak with casting directors I probably would never have met as an actor, and I don't know, maybe I'll get to 80 and think, oh, I should have done that. But right now I don't have those regrets, and I feel like I get to do something in our industry, especially working with young performers. I really love being part of their really early career and setting them up for what their career will lead to.
You're a good kind of like working example, I suppose, to kids that are coming through to say there are other avenues that you might not think of right away, but you can still be involved in performing arts, and you can still there are opportunities out there. That's the kind of big thing I like to kind of remind people of, or try to like instill in people, that it does, just because you want to be an actor right away, you might fall in love with someone else, and to have someone at your school like you who's done it, who's been through that journey, it can be quite inspiring for kids. I would hope anyway.
Yeah, I hope so as well. And as a school, hopefully we can kind of show all the different avenues that are involved, not just as performers. Obviously, a lot of the children who come to us do want to be performers, but that was exactly where I was, you know. So
Yeah.
I understand, and hopefully, yeah, they can see other career paths. I mean, I've never met anyone who said as a child they wanted to be an agent. Like, I'm yet to find that person. So I don't know how anyone finds themselves here.
Just keeping on the train of thought, what do you think are a few kind of examples of what sets your school apart from other schools?
Yeah, so I'd say the main thing is that we're not a franchise. So we do have now, I'm trying to count 5 locations, but we're not a franchise. So we are just one head office of 4 full-time members of staff, and then we have freelance teachers who teach across our schools. And I do think that means that when families speak with us, like we know them, they know us, and for the development of their children, I hope that's a real benefit to them, that people kind of we feel, I hope, more like a community. And that we offer the acting for screen classes in some of our locations as well. So I think that's also something really positive, to give the young people that opportunity to learn that skill as well as just stage acting.
I always like to just kind of get this perspective from different avenues. It's about the development, artistically and like personally, and growth that performing arts can help with kids. So how can it develop the soft skills is a big thing that I like to kind of like get from the people who are in the trenches, because I can say it as much as I want. Oh yeah, develop soft skills, but I don't actually know. You guys know. You guys see it every day. So
Yeah.
can you talk about that?
Yeah, so we have a real mixture of young people who come to the school. So some come to us, like I said, because they see this as their career and this is what they want to do, and this is the first step. But we also have a lot of young people who come to us because their parents feel they need confidence boost, they need help with self-esteem, being able to ask questions at school, later on with job interviews. So both of those things are completely equal to us, like both reasons why someone would come to the class. And that's really important to all of us, like teachers and us in the head office. I think something that's really special about the school is that the young people can come and just be themselves, like authentically themselves. You know, I don't know what their school life is always like Monday to Friday, but with us, they can be themselves amongst like a supportive environment, try things maybe they've never done before. And that is a really important place, you know, that people can just come and be, and it be like a happy and joyful place for them. Often performing arts can be competitive, you know, especially professionally, but we try not to have that as kind of the core thing within the school, so they can just come try things in a new safe environment. And you know, we have seen the children who were really, really shy and didn't want to come in through the door, and then by the time they kind of leave us and move on to something else, they are able to like talk and be confident and be themselves. And I think that's kind of a really important skill that we offer. But I think sports clubs would also offer that, like whatever your child is passionate about, it's going to give them that confidence.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just about giving them the space to kind of grow and the space to be confident, which
Yeah.
is great. Which I think, I'm extremely biased. We deal with a lot of clubs here, but I've kind of like dug my heels in with the performing arts stuff, because I'm a big like musical theatre geek, like filmmaking background sort of stuff. So I kind of
You can
I'm
spot one a
slightly
mile
more
off, it's
biased a little
fine.
bit. Yeah. So I've been kind of obviously traipsing through your YouTube channel and your socials. Can you talk a little bit about the success stories from either students or the classes as a whole and the shows you put on? Can you just kind of highlight them for us?
Yeah, of course. So we do have like big performances in professional theatres, which all of the children at the school get to be part of. So most recently we did that at the Hackney Empire, and earlier this year at the Greenwich Theatre. So you're both incredible theatres, again, in their communities, but they are like the most, I mean, the Hackney Empire is truly the most beautiful theatre ever. So they get to perform there in front of a packed audience. So those are obviously successes. But we also do kind of sharings within this the school itself, not just big theatres. And so any performance opportunity, like, is obviously a success. And then alongside that, we have the agency. So not all of the children at the school are represented by the agency. Not everyone wants to do that, and that's absolutely fine. But those who do, obviously, we are so proud of every achievement that they do, whether it's in the West End or Netflix or TV commercials, music videos. Like, we are as excited by that as they are. And so I'm trying to think of the most recent things. We've got one client in Tina, the Tina Turner musical at the moment in the West End, and this is her third professional show that she's in. She's only 9, so that's incredible.
Yeah, that's huge.
Yeah, so and TV projects, film projects, and also like our alumni who have gone on to kind of stay in the industry. So performers like Karina Brown, who's in Heartstopper, which I know is a big Netflix show that a lot of young people love. So she started at the school. Same with Taj Miles, who's he's just finished in Death in Paradise. So we still love to see that they are like still in the industry, and we are still invested in them, even though they're not with us.
Can you briefly discuss the importance of finding the best teaching staff or like team?
So we are really lucky that we have amazing teachers, and I know everyone's biased, right? They'll all say that about their teachers. I don't know about the other teachers. I know about the people who work with us, and they are so invested in the children that they work with. Like, I'm not a massive fan of the phrase going above and beyond, but they really, really do. Show days are, over 12 hours, and they are there from the beginning to the end, like the biggest cheerleaders of the students. And I think, we are just so lucky to have that. And I think then the children also feel that, and then hopefully the parents feel that too, that they feel there is an investment like in their development and what they are exposed to whilst they're with us.
Yeah, that's great. I love that. It's almost like you were saying, everybody kind of sounds or seems biased when they're talking about their own team when they put it together, but a lot of work that goes on behind the scenes to make sure you're finding the right people. Cool.
Yeah, I mean, I'll speak about them. I don't know if they'll say the same about me, but I think they balance like working in the industry themselves and teaching, and that in itself is like quite a skill. But to be able to then share that knowledge with the students that we have, I think that's irreplaceable for the children, to like have that firsthand kind of knowledge from them about how the industry might work, how to behave at an audition, what's expected of you when you walk onto a film set, that sort of stuff.
Yeah, that's invaluable. That really is, and it's great to see, and they would almost be taken, I don't know, taken more seriously from kids when they're seeing somebody who's actually sees that day to day in their professional life.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, if they see them like if they're in a TV show or doing a theatre production and they get to see them do that as well, I think they say, oh, right, you do it as well. Like, that's something exciting.
The only kind of thing I would want to get from you now is just to plug away anything that you want to plug. Where can some of our listeners find your socials? Where can they find your website if they want to come along and try and like be part of the kind of the team or audition or whatever it is you guys do? Can you just drop some links, drop some knowledge bombs on us? Where can everybody find you?
Absolutely. So website is annafiorentini.com. Hopefully you'll put a link there somewhere because it's it's a long name. And on Instagram we're at AF School, and Facebook at Anna Fiorentini School. You can find us. And you mentioned our YouTube channel, so you can see a lot of our students performing, and we have taster days every term. So if you want to just try the classes before you commit to a term, then we'd really love to have you. And we have got a brand new school just opened in Stratford, East London. So that would, like, brand new school, nice opportunity to come and be part of that.
Thanks very much to Rhiannon for coming on and giving us some of her time. If you like what you saw and you haven't done so, please do consider dropping a like on the video, subscribing to the page and dinging that bell for notifications. I will see you on the next episode.